All right, ladies and gentlemen of the Bomb Squad, welcome to TNT episode 59. We got ourselves a Thursday show here on a Tuesday. Tones, how you doing?
Doing great, Tom. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Getting ready for some giving.
Mm.
You know,
I'm getting ready to be thankful for the giving.
yeah. Have you ever looked back and looked at what Thanksgiving was? It's pretty bad.
Oh, it's just a bunch of pilgrims and Indians just sitting around eating turkey and shit. I mean,
The Indians got that was screw job number two on them, or might have been number one.
I feel like that was right before the screw job started to happen.
Yeah,
like they kind of all got to get because the Indians were still helping us at this point. Like we came here, we didn't know anything about the land, we didn't know anything about the food. They're like, "Listen, we'll sit down, we'll show you how to cook some corn, show you how to roast up a nice turkey."
And it was a red wedding. It was a flank.
Yeah,
they got screwed by the Pilgrims. Where are Pilgrims from again? What
they
country?
Were English, I think, right? Yeah,
that makes sense.
They're Puritans. They came over because they were so radically religious that they're like, "You guys just go to the fucking New World, get out of here, all this religious bullshit." And they came over here and they just started America.
Yeah, well, take the good with the bad.
Yeah, but, I guess so. I mean, good news, we got Manhattan for a bunch of beads and stuff.
Yeah,
that was a steal of the century.
Steal. But yeah, so turkey, ham, all that stuff. I don't like stuffing. I'm not a stuffing guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Stuffing's like one of my favorite things.
I don't know. It's just you know what? I'm just not the biggest fan of Thanksgiving food in general, to be honest.
See, the turkey I could take or leave. It's just bland. It's just turkey.
Yes.
It's just kind of there. Like you have to eat it because it's Thanksgiving. But I'm there for the stuffing, the mash, the sweet potato, the cornbread.
It's all the fixins.
All the fixings. I got an Italian. I don't have a full on Italian Thanksgiving. Like we don't have like lasagna and stuff like some other people. But we got the broccoli rabe. I'm a big fan of the broccoli rabe.
What time does Thanksgiving start the day, like the dinner? Because I know Italians eat dinner at 1 p.m. It's pretty much they have lunch. They call it dinner.
I'm pretty sure we eat it around 2, 3, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there. I don't know. I just kind of show up and whenever the food comes out, it comes out. I'm usually just watching football and luckily the TV's right there, right by the table, so I could do both.
You see on the Irish scale of things, or the opposite end of the table, us Irishmen, we just drink and watch football until the 4 o'clock games are over. And that's when we start eating. And at that point, you don't even want to eat because you want to leave room for the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Or on the the Thursday night game.
Yeah. So, we do it in the middle of the 1 o'clock game. Because by the time we're done eating, we're definitely the 4 o'clock game still hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
So we get a nice little, probably during the second and third quarters of the 1 o'clock game.
Yeah,
we get to watch the start, and then there's a little bit lull in the middle, and then that's when we eat, and then the game ends, another game starts, and everyone falls asleep after that.
Sit down, you give thanks. To what? I don't know. Family
stuff.
Give thanks to stuff. Speaking of football, I lost the Mayor's bet here. Devastated. Really don't want to talk about it. Bucks are a mess yet again. Seems like it's the same thing every single year. Just a complete mess. The number one offense in the league. We're sitting here at 3-7. Just lost to the Giants right before I have to go back home to see everybody in my family is a Giants fan for Thanksgiving. So that'll be fun. But next episode, not this one because Tones is 40 minutes late. I will electrocute myself and sing Piano Man by Billy Joel. I was prepared to do it tonight, but you offered me.
Yeah, no, if we started on time, I would have been fine with it, but I'm hungry myself, and I know you're hungry. You want some dinner, so
I'm making a meatloaf tonight. I can't wait.
There you go. Yeah, we had some Wi-Fi issues, but it's all corrected now. We should be good to go.
Good. All right. So with the Thursday show format, everybody knows we talk flicks, and then we do the 4-pack hybrid of questions, and then we have our world famous segments. So let's jump into the Talking Flicks Classic 4-pack hybrid. All right. So we have our movie reviews here to start. So you had to watch Riding Giants, one of my favorite documentaries. Nothing gay at all. It's about surfing, not about dicks. And I had to watch Hotel Rwanda, which could not have been a more opposite movie than what I gave you.
Opposite ends of the spectrum. You want me to go first? You wanna kick it off?
I'm gonna kick it off.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna kick it off because I watched it last night. So I this is one of those movies where I think I said when you gave it to me, I've been telling people forever that I saw it. Like just because it's one of the movies everybody's seen, and you're just like, I'm like, it just doesn't. I don't want to sit down and watch that.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Yeah, like it's like if it's an action-packed movie or whatever, I'll just be like, yeah, I saw it. Like terrible things happen over there in Rwanda. But had to watch it, so watched it last night. So basically, there's two groups. So what were the two groups again?
It was the Hutus and the Tutsis.
Okay, so the Hutus. So Don Cheadle is a Hutu.
Yes.
So what exactly does the Hutus stand for? Are they more like the conservative government?
No, so it has nothing to do really with the government. When the Belgians,
oh, that's right, they came in. They said if you have the wide nose, then like you're bad.
Yeah, basically they took the darker, like stockier people, made them the Hutus, and the Tutsis, who were like more light skinned, taller, longer, looked more like the Europeans. They put them in charge of things when they weren't there.
Okay,
because they looked a little bit more white. I guess they figured the whiter you were, the better. I don't know.
So this whole thing stems from Belgium just being blatantly racist when they came to Rwanda. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they kind of, and then after the Belgians left, the Hutus, because I guess there was more Hutus, they ended up taking control, and obviously they were pretty bitter about the Tutsis kind of having the run of things for a while.
You know what it reminded me of? Back in high school history class, I was really, really good. Like I knew everything. I don't know anymore. I forgot it all. But the Shiites and the Sunnis and I think it was the Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew that so well because my dad, whenever he would help me study, like I remember everything. So he's just like, oh yeah, the shitties and the Sunnis. I'm like, you laugh and you're like, oh yeah. So what do the shitties do? And you laugh your way through educating yourself. Just like I would talk about the periodic table, like AU is gold. AU, give me back my gold. Like that's my dad's way of learning to memorize things was great. But so Cheadle, our main guy here, he's pretty much Jesus Christ. He's a savior.
He's a good guy.
Great guy. Could not be a better guy. Just his moral compass is just on point. Mm-hmm. And, he's an assistant manager of this beautiful hotel. Just a beautiful hotel.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Totally I wasn't expecting it to be a beautiful hotel.
Totally out of place in Rwanda,
Yeah. Right. Like I was expecting it to just be like a motel, like that you'd find it, with whatever that movie with Willem Dafoe is, where the people live in near Disney World, just like a rundown shack of a motel. But it was glorious. And then there I'll jump ahead real quick, but like, why are there so many people, so many tourists? Like so many tourists.
I guess it was just like, you go there, you go see a safari. I don't know. Like, I never understood the appeal of people going on vacation to Africa.
Yeah, well, everybody that I know in my company does it, but they go to like the safari parts. Like I don't know where Rwanda is geographically, but it just looks like a place you don't want to go.
It's by the Congo. I know that.
It's too far north. You got to be like right near South Africa, but in the middle. So it's just desert plain,
right?
Animals running around. But so there is a big time split in these these two groups, the Hutus and the what's the other one? Tutsis. And just shit starts hitting the fan. And there's all this propaganda on the radio that's riling people up to start rebelling.
Mm-hmm.
And the more refugees that come out of the situation, because they're just cleaning house, the Hutus in these neighborhoods, the more they kind of flock towards Don Cheadle's hotel. But he doesn't own it. The owner ends up or the guy who runs it has to leave because he's white, right?
Yeah.
Like he's a white guy. So he's just like, I have to go. They're getting me out of here. You're black. You have to stay. That's pretty much what it was. And then, he's only got so much space and there's all these children and these poor women and families, and he just takes them all in.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's a great move.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do at that point? You're not going to say, no, go back out to the guys with machetes. I mean,
yeah, some people would. I mean, like, I like to think I would take them all in. I don't know how I would react in this situation. I would definitely I would take them all in, but knowing that like the whole movie, you're watching it, you're like, Don Cheadle's dead. His family's dead. Everybody who is here is going to die. Every single refugee that is left in this gigantic just uproar and chaos, they're at this Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah. I mean, there was like 5 times in that movie when you're just like, everyone's dead right now. Everyone's dead. But one thing I learned about this movie is that if you're in Africa, you can buy your way out of any situation.
Absolutely.
You have the means. People are open to being bribed. And that's actually like a legit thing, like politicians, generals, all that stuff. I took an international business class in college, and that was like one of the things that they taught you was like in African like business, like they're very open to like schmoozing. You could like schmooze someone, you know.
Oh yeah,
a nice bottle of scotch, give them some Cohiba Cuban cigars.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're open to being bought.
I mean, like I think I checked my bank account today. There was because I went to the dentist and the bill was $120. She ran my credit card and it got declined. So I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, there must have been a charge in there that I didn't see. Open up the bank account. I had enough, but I mean, like I'm still poor. There's $260 in there.
Yeah,
you know,
it's more than double. Should be fine.
Yeah, double. I don't know why it didn't go. I'll get into. I have a qualm later that might explain it.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, I was shocked that Don Cheadle and his family got out of there completely alive. They're okay. What is like, I mean, so the US is in there and like one of the main characters is like, you know, a general who just, you know, he's from our embassy down in, or over there in Rwanda. And he loves Don Cheadle, you know, but like, obviously he's McNulty, but he's you know, puppet to our politicians, and especially in this time. You know, Rwanda stuff doesn't get votes. You know, like if you go say like people, you can't like feed this into the mainstream media. Like, you know, like there was no Twitter. So like if you go in and put all your resources into like all these poor refugees in this hotel, nobody's going to notice. It costs money and it doesn't get you any votes. So they're just like, fuck it. They were literally like, get all the white people out.
Yeah.
So that was their plan.
That's terrible. Exactly what happened. Yeah. I mean, well, it wasn't the US, it was the UN.
Okay.
So it's a little different. Like UN, they're supposed to be peacekeepers because like at one point, like the UN had to like pull out and they left them with like 4 guys to guard the hotel. And they're like, we'll leave you 4 guys, but they can't shoot.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck
what good is that?
Yeah. What are they going to do here?
And then the president of the Hotel Rwanda chains is our boy, Leon.
Yep. Leon. Yep. He wears many hats.
Yep. What was that movie called again? Leon the what?
The Professional.
Leon the Professional. Love that actor ever since that movie. Yeah. He got shit done. He helped out a lot. But yeah, I thought it was a very eye-opening movie. When did this take place again? 80s? Early 80s?
No, early 90s.
Early 90s?
Yeah, I want to say like 94.
Oof.
Yeah. So it's I mean,
look at you.
It's recent, you know, it's real. I mean, like we were kind of talking about this last night. Like this movie kind of just hits you real hard with the white guilt.
Oh, huge, like big time.
It's like it makes you feel like, you know, like we complain about certain things in our country and there's definitely things we can fix, but it's like at least we don't have genocide going on. Yeah.
I mean, like these guys are going door to door like it's Halloween, but they have machetes and they're dressed up for real. And they're gonna kill you once they like find out that you're Hutu.
Yeah. No, it's really it's crazy. And that like obviously that was an extreme situation, but like Africa, a lot of Africa is like that.
Oh yeah. I mean,
going around.
If you look at the historical background of the continent, like I guess if the people who started out in like mid to North Africa, like they're like, there's nothing here for us. Yeah. It's so hot. There's like mosquitoes with AIDS flying around.
Mosquitoes the size of horses.
Yeah. Have you seen Congo? Killer apes.
Yeah, killer.
They're out there. I don't know how they're hard to find, but they're there. The city's in. Then like if somebody else came through I think the whole thing started. They not invaded, but they came through to explore from South Africa, and they went as far north as they could before they like started getting riddled with diseases, and that's where they stopped. So that mid zone to wherever it stops up north, that's where it's just like chaos. That's where you get Somali pirates. That's where you get, you know, Hotel Rwanda.
Well, I mean, back in the day, like when the Europeans just kind of sat down and looked at a map of Africa, and they just like carved out like, okay, I want this block here, I want that, and then they just took it. And
like Ernie Els, white golfer from the PGAs from South Africa, you know.
Yeah, that's where most of them stayed because I guess that was like the nicest climate, and there wasn't like killer apes and giant mosquitoes there. So I guess they just stuck with that.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, is what I mean. I was alive, but you know, there's nothing much I can do. I was either not born or won, and you know, so can't put the blame on me. Feel bad, feel terrible, but you know, it happened. I'm gonna give this movie an 8.7 Sticks to Dynamite. Just because it was, I mean, like, it's hard to call this a movie. It's more like just like a eye-opening. It's like a documentary that's made.
It's a reenacted documentary.
Yes. Yeah. It's a piece of history. You know, you didn't write anything really. Just you're taking this and getting your main character, and like it's like the Schindler's List kind of plot, you know, like you find yourself a terrible situation, you find one hero who's able to save a bunch of people in a hopeless situation. Cheadle killed it. I see, like, I never got the love for Cheadle, you know, until I saw this movie.
Yeah,
because I love the movie Crash, but I thought he sucked in it.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that movie. I mean, it was good, but it was like, you know, it didn't really.
I've seen it so many times, and the more I see it, the more I see what you're talking about. It really wasn't that great because it won Best Picture. But the first time I saw it, I was blown away. But you know, I guess that's why everybody loves Cheadle. I mean, because he pretty much he might as well have been in that, like, the actual history of it.
Right.
Like,
yeah. As far as I'm concerned, he lived in Rwanda, and then after that happened, he became an actor.
Yes.
He got famous after that.
Drop the accent, you know. But yeah, that's my score.
Nice.
So all right, let's move on. You got Riding Giants.
Riding Giants. So as you said, this is about kind of the history of, you know, big wave riding, starting back in, I guess it was the 50s, right?
Yeah. Big swells.
The 50s into, I guess, what was modern day at the time, like late 90s kind of deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely an interesting, like, I really enjoyed, like, the early days of the
you
know, the documentary, you know, when it was just basically just beach bums, like guys that just moved out to Hawaii, and they're just like, we're just gonna live on the beach. We're just gonna surf. They lived off the land. They would, like, just go steal pineapples from the pineapple farm. They would go, like, steal chickens from people. Like, I guess it's not really living off the land. I guess it's kind of stealing from people. But I mean, you know, what it is. But yeah, I mean, basically their whole life was just riding giants, you know?
Yeah. So they say, like, because I brought up before I gave it to you, like, I love surfing so much, but I've never surfed. Like, I have no interest in actually learning it. You know, because if you notice too, like, all the surfers have just gorgeous bodies. Like, I
was gonna say, I had a feeling that's why you like this.
If I had a gorgeous body, maybe I would try out surfing, but I would look disgusting on a surfboard.
Yeah, they all just got, like, the surfer hair, and then they got, like, the just like
they're, like, gorgeous,
chiseled, and like the one dude at the end. It was Laird Hamilton.
Yeah,
I was like, this. I got a feeling that this is a Tom kind of guy.
Laird is he's so, like, a great looking guy, but he doesn't even, like, realize how good looking he is. He just loves surfing so much, and that's how 99% of those guys were. And like the 1% sucked at surfing, and they just did it for the, you know, the surf look. But those guys who actually, like, gave it all up to go just surf, they quit high school, move out to Hawaii, where all the big waves were, and just fucking, like, the thrill of catching a humongous wave, like, just one. Is just enough to fucking drop everything to do that for the rest of your life.
I mean, if you think about it, like, these waves are what, 20, 30, 40 feet tall? Like, that's insane. If you're just on the top, you're just riding down on, like, I've never really been big into surfing, but just watching that, it's just kind of crazy to watch. And I just don't understand it because it's so dangerous too.
Yeah.
You know, like, people die out there. Like, I was listening to Kelly Slater was on Joe Rogan's podcast a couple weeks ago, and him just talking about people, like, wiping out, getting hit in the head with their boards, getting knocked out, like, in the water, sharks and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's dangerous, but it's like, it's their life, man. They love it. Like,
they don't give a shit. Like, especially that sharks part, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're just like, oh, whatever, sharks. It's like, that's a big thing to just breeze over.
Yeah. Like, because as the movie breezes over, like, it goes through the Hawaii patch of the 50s and 60s, and then, like, kind of eventually makes its way to the 90s, where that guy discovered Mavericks in the North Shore of California. And, like, you know, it leads you into a jetty of rocks. Like, the end of it is like, it's very easy to just, like, completely crash into a whole bunch of fucking rocks and die. It's completely shark infested. Like, one of the most shark infested parts of the country is North Shore, California. And he just they don't give a shit.
They just don't care. It's crazy. I mean, you got to respect it.
Hell yeah. Goddamn right, you gotta.
What was I gonna say? Fuck, lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, it's crazy. Oh yeah, no. So like, a couple guys said this. It wasn't just one guy. There's like 2 or 3 guys that said this. That, like, there's a couple things that you remember throughout your life. There's, like, the birth of your children, and then catching that one big wave.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it's so infectious. I just want to pick up a board and go.
Yeah, it's just like, it makes you want to just go out there and do it. And then I remember, like, how out of shape I am, and I look at my gut, and I'm just like, well, maybe not. I'll just watch them do it from here.
Yeah, that's where I am too. Yeah, but
no, it was. And then once they got into, like, the current day, and, like, they're riding on jet skis, and, like, see, like, I feel like once they made the board shorter and they like strapped their feet in, that's when they started doing all the crazy shit.
Yeah,
Like the
it's
shit
not the
that guy
same.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, the old ones they had the big boards and like
The humongous, gigantic longboard, and you just like cruise down. Like
you can
classic
tell
drums.
it was like 100 times harder to ride that down because, like, first of all, it was like just like a slick board and it's wet, so you're probably just gonna slide all over the place.
Yep.
That's one thing. Why didn't they put some grip tape on it, like a skateboard?
You got to wax the whole thing up.
But wouldn't that make it more slippery?
No. You take like a big thick bar of soap looking thing that's waxed, and you just spread it all over, and it makes it super sticky.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so that makes sense because I'm just picturing like you trying to, because I've been on like slick surfaces that are wet and you're just like sliding.
Oh no, yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. But yeah, I mean these guys would just sit out there for hours on end.
Sometimes they wouldn't even catch waves for like weeks.
Yeah,
they're just waiting for that one. That's like,
one.
It's a great metaphor for football. Like here I am, we're 3-7 again, terrible all the time. But like every so often, like week 1, you go to the Superdome and beat Drew Brees, at his own game.
Yeah.
And it's that one game it brings you back every single time.
There. You're just sitting there, just waiting.
Yep.
Bobbing up and down, waiting for
sharks underneath you.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, and another thing, I never realized that like you could actually go out into the ocean and find waves out there.
Oh yeah, that's what the big waves.
Right. Yeah. I always thought you
just in space to get one of those waves.
Yeah, I just thought you were like, okay, like you're like, a couple hundred yards from the shore, but it's like no, like you're like way out there.
You're like a mile out.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, fuck that.
Getting there is like half the day.
Yeah, they say you have to paddle out for like 2 hours and just sit for another 2 hours waiting for a wave, hoping you get one.
Yep.
All right, day's over. Got to paddle back.
Yep. And it's just sharks.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But
so to score it, we give it 6.5 sticks of dynamite.
Nice.
Like I said, never really had much of an interest in surfing, but it was definitely interesting to watch. Interesting culture. Just I like learning about different cultures and subsects, like things I don't really know about, like to kind of broaden my horizons a little bit,
Yep. And it's a real specific one too, because there's like, a lot of people have their perspective on people who surf and like just live for it. You just like that guy's like a tool, but they're not. They don't even listen, they don't care what you think.
You full on dedicate to the lifestyle of being a beach bum, I respect it.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as a beach bum.
Well, you know what I mean, like someone who lives by the beach and like all they do is they just live to surf.
Yeah,
kind of like Paul Rudd's character and Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah,
except he doesn't really surf. He's just kind of a bum. But
yeah, exactly. But just I mean, like you said, the beginning of it with like the origins of the 50s and 60s, like that was the coolest part. Like then it kind of just got into the evolution of how we like upgraded technology of surfing and stuff like that. But just like the guys who really just dropped it all and just lived for the game of catching a big wave. That's a life I envy.
The pioneers.
Yep. But anyway, all right. So let's move here to our new movie assignment. So we have to watch the same movie. So there is, I don't know what it's called. Okay.
I'm looking up right now.
There is a new Coen Brothers movie that dropped on Netflix a couple of days ago. And all these people texted me like, hey, Tom, there's a Coen Brothers movie on Netflix. It's fantastic. And I was like, all right, I got to watch Hotel Rwanda first. But like, if I have time, I'll watch this after. And after Hotel Rwanda, I was like, I think I'm just going to go to bed.
Yeah. But it's after that, you can't, it's hard to watch it. I watched Hotel Rwanda and then I watched Riding Giants. And
that's
it was a tough go. It was like I was saying, I went from watching like genocide to just watching like
these guys
appropriate Hawaiian culture.
Technically, it's white privilege, just being able to drop everything and go surf,
Okay, so it's called The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's I watched a little trailer about it. It's kind of like a Western dark comedy looking thing. We got Liam Neeson in it, James Franco. I don't know. It looked real. I watched the trailer and it looked like really quirky, and I was like,
That's what Coen Brothers can do. No Country for Old Men. They can do Big Lebowski. I trust in them. There's just certain directors you just when they put something out, you got to watch it. They don't have any Ridley Scott used to be in there. No, not anymore. Ridley Scott sucks now. He's terrible.
Well, I don't know what he's done. Like, I mean, another one like Spielberg.
Automatic. But you always have to watch. You always have to watch out for that though, because Spielberg will put his name in a lot of movies, but like unless it says like directed by Steven Spielberg, he just says like this isn't mine. I'm just here to make movie. Because there's like there's so many movies that have his name attached to it that are so bad. Like I loved Crystal Skull, Indiana Jones. Everybody else hated the shit out of it, but he didn't direct it. He's
probably more like a consultant, like a
producer.
Yeah,
he just put money into it.
Yeah.
And then what was it called? Super 8.
I've never seen that.
I went to the theaters. That was the first time I ever saw a movie by myself. I went and saw that movie. I was so stoked. I'm like, fucking Spielberg. It's an alien movie starring like kids. Like that's like his bread and butter.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was so fucking bad. I left so disappointed.
Yeah.
And I went back and I was like, oh, he didn't even direct it. He just put money into it.
Yeah.
Maybe he like put some cool stuff into the screenplay, but it all fucking blew.
Yeah. But yeah,
Tarantino, Coen Brothers.
Tarantino
always got to go see.
Yep. Yeah. But Coen Brothers. So yeah, we're gonna watch that. We're gonna actually, because this movie both of us have never seen, obviously. Right. So we're gonna
brand new.
Yeah,
91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like that was the other thing. I like when somebody says like, "Oh, the Coen Brothers dropped a movie on Netflix." I think fake movie. Not a real movie. If it's coming out on Netflix, if it's not like a full on box office release, then it's fake.
I think it might be in theaters too.
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought
it's gotta be. I mean, it's Coen Brothers, but yeah, like I mean, Netflix hands out these contracts now, and
they spend billions on this shit.
Adam Sandler ruined everybody's trust with Netflix movies.
Say what you want about those Adam Sandler movies. I laughed throughout them.
I never watch them. I just hear how bad they are.
The Do-Over, the one with David Spade. It was so dumb, but I laughed. And then there was the other one, like the Ridiculous Six or whatever.
Yeah,
it was like making fun of like the Hateful Eight or like Magnificent Seven or whatever. It was like a really dumb Western. It was like him with Rob Schneider, like Kevin James, whoever, like his usual cast of characters.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Say like even like Grown Ups. Everyone hates on Grown Ups so much. I laughed.
I liked Grown Ups. Even I liked the first and the second one. Yeah,
yeah. I'm not ashamed of it.
Taylor Lautner was in the second one. I was there for that.
He was.
I was there for that. Okay. All right, let's get to the 4-pack part of this hybrid. So question number 1. What movie makes you think someone is a moron for liking?
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, that's a classic answer.
Yeah,
that's the answer. I didn't write it because I knew that's just come on.
Yeah,
I like the entertainment value of it and stuff. It's just like shut up. Like, because the thing is, these people are going to the theaters to see it.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Like, okay, if it's on TV and you want to throw it on, I'm not going to do it, but I'm not going to hate on you for it. But if you're there, like opening weekend to go see Fast 27, get out of my face. Get out of my face.
I heard the writers are not ruling out space for the next Fast and Furious.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. It went from them like just racing for pink slips, and now they're like fighting submarines and crazy shit, like fighting tanks. Like what? Like how do they like? Who these guys are just street racers, and all of a sudden they're saving the world? Like what is going on here?
They should have. I mean, like I guess they didn't expect it to make so much money.
I thought they said after Paul Walker died,
it's a cult thing for stupid people.
Yeah, I mean it's just a way of weeding out the stupid people.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, listen, I got a lot of friends who enjoy Fast and Furious, and I've had to step back and reevaluate friendships before, and that was one. Like when back in the day, like were you and your friends like back before we were 17, like back before we could drive? Was it like parents drive you to the movies on Friday night? You go see a film?
Yeah, we used to just hang out. Like there was like a movie theater with a bunch of like shit in it. And then like a mall was like right next to it. And we just kind of hang out in that vicinity in that area.
Yep. Same.
That was what we did.
We had an arcade. Like
we didn't see a movie most of the time. We just like, I don't know what we would do. We would just like gallivant around, like, cause mischief. I don't know.
we would play Cruising Exotica tournaments. And like we get there early and it's a 2-person machine and you just like make a bracket and it was the best. I was so good at Cruising Exotica. Kind of like contributes to the road show myth. That's why they call me that. I'm just so good on the road.
Yeah.
Should like actually think about going into NASCAR eventually.
Yeah, at least go-kart racing.
Yeah. That was another thing I was really good at. But yeah, there was one night we went to go see, I was just like, there was a really, really good movie out and we were 17 at the time. So we could officially see rated R movies. So they were like, we're officially, we can go see like Oscar winning films now, guys. You know, like,
Yeah.
let's do it. Like, no, nuh-uh. Fast 8 is out. We're going to see it. And I'm like, why the fuck are we going to see Fast 8? I don't want to do that at all. The movie's a fucking joke. It's a joke. But we saw it.
What was the first rated R movie you went to like see by yourself, like without your parents?
What do you mean, like with that, like without a guardian in general?
Right, yeah. If you just like went with like you and like your friends who were all the same age, and you went and they didn't like question you, and you just went in.
Oh, that's a tough one. It was around so Jackass #2 was close, but I think I had to be there with my brother. I want to say it was it was either Borat or Jackass #2. Those two came out at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think Borat came out first. I saw that first. And I saw that with a coworker who I caddied with. I think he was 17. And I don't know. I think I was 17 for Borat. You got a year. Yeah, this is worth looking up. Because Borat and Jackass 2, I'm sorry, Jackass #2 came out.
Borat was 2006.
Borat was 2006. So I was born in 1991.
So it would have been like 15.
Yeah. So I guess I wasn't old enough to go see that by myself. I think, you know what? I think I know what it is. I think it was Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Classic.
Yeah. Why? Do you remember yours?
Yeah, mine was Paranormal Activity, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
The first one. I think. Is it even rated R?
No, it is rated R. It was?
It is. Yeah, I don't know how or why.
I guess there were no swear words or nudity. Just scares.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of scares.
But yeah, that was mine. I remember. I was actually just talking to my friend about that the other day. We thought we were like hot shit because we were just like, what?
That was
like it's like Paranormal Activity.
Dude, you should have seen the balls I had as a kid when I was 8 and I saw the South Park movie. I pulled the doozy on that one.
Oh yeah.
my dad didn't know what South Park was.
Oh, so you pulled the old switcheroo.
Yeah, it said like, can we go see South Park the movie? He didn't know what it was. He just saw it was a cartoon. And my dad is a huge fart guy.
Okay.
And like when Uncle Fucker started happening, it was like he was like, Jesus Christ, do not tell anybody about this.
Yeah, and this is you weren't allowed to watch Friends. I
wasn't allowed to watch Friends. I convinced him to take South Park. And also Matrix, the third Matrix too. The Matrix Revolutions or whatever. I convinced him like it was not a big deal, but it was rated R. I used to take bathroom breaks in that. I took bathroom breaks in that movie just to like walk out of the theater and hopefully I'd see kids and say, hey, what's up, man? Gotta go head back into the Matrix Revolutions. Rated R. No big deal.
I'll be back. I gotta take a lap, see if there's anyone I know here.
That's exactly what it was. Oh man. So I have no surprise with me. Any musical at all. There are a few that I don't mind, obviously, but a little soundbite here too. It's just whenever you're in a movie and you just feel the urge to sing, just shut up. Like just go on with the movie. Don't. Yeah. Exactly. But like I see these people on Twitter and they're just like, oh my God, I can't wait to go see this on Broadway, or like this is going to the big screen.
Oh, Broadway, forget it. Don't even
Broadway is my least favorite thing of all time.
Yeah.
Hands fucking down.
It's just it's all the worst parts of movies, but just like on a little stage with I don't want to shitty actors, but yeah, it's like it's live and it's like this dancing and prancing and
so I've been on the waiting list for Hamilton for 3 years. Just like fucking find a hobby, you fucking loser. You ain't getting there. All right. And if you go there, it's just a bunch of fucking hippies who can't fucking get jobs in the real fucking showbiz. And they're just sitting here just prancing around in their tights, being Peter Pan, singing about, I don't know what. I don't even know what Hamilton's about. I don't give a shit.
It's about Alexander Hamilton, I think, but
don't know anything about the president. I don't know why they're making a musical. Did he do anything big?
He wasn't a president. But
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I've been called out on that before.
We've talked about this, I think. But yeah, I don't know. He's on the $10 bill, I think.
Oh, okay.
But he was a secretary of treasury or some shit. I don't know. It doesn't matter because this play has nothing to actually do with him. It's just
this is a musical. It's just like I love you, Karen. Well, Jonathan, I don't feel the same way about you.
I don't love you.
I can't believe you, Karen.
Although I will say one thing, I saw there was a Monty Python Holy Grail musical. Right? I mean, it was like a play. There was like some songs in there, but I went with my parents when I was a kid. That actually wasn't half bad.
Yeah.
The whole Monty Python thing. But yeah, I mean,
But I think the Monty Python guys would like they'd be the first to say like this isn't what it's about, what we do with our humor.
Yeah.
Like this is a really juiced up Broadway spectacle version of what we do, and it's just like I'm going to make a joke, and then you make the joke, and everybody's like, "Ah, you fucking ruined it, you fucking loser."
I mean, if there was one I would ever go see, it would be the Book of Mormon.
Yeah, because it's got the South Park thing, and they know because South Park the movie was musical and it was fantastic.
Yeah,
but it was a parody on musicals. That's the thing. Like this.
I'm sure this is along the same lines, but yeah, that's like the only exception I'll make.
That's the only exception because Team America was technically a musical in a way too. Like they just like spoofing on like the musical theater culture.
Yeah,
but they make their songs completely vulgar. Like shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
And the thing about like musicals like on Broadway's, they're expensive as fuck too.
I know it's because there's so many dicks out there with money who shouldn't have it.
So you're going to this place, you're easily spending over $100 a ticket.
Yeah.
Plus, you got to get into the city, and then you got to get some food in the city. It's like it's such like a just
go to a ball game.
Such a pretentious fucking.
So pretentious. You get your playbill. You sit down in your seats. There's no cell phones allowed. No talking. You just have to sit and watch this bullshit.
Yeah. My mom has a friend that like literally the only thing she'll do is she'll just go to like Broadway plays and she'll see the same plays like 5 or 6 times.
Oh my god! It's
just like, why? It's like, oh, I went this time and they had a different guy playing Johnny Appleseed. It's like, who the fuck cares?
It's like, come on, people. It's like it's not art. I mean, it is, but it's shitty art. Nobody
cares about.
Sit back and look at the rest of your life. If you're one of these people who loves to go to Broadway shows and see the same show 5 times because you love it so much, it's different than seeing a movie. Like I've seen Braveheart, I don't know, probably over 30 times, beginning to end. Like that's psycho stuff. But like I'm a normal guy. I like dudes, but that's normal nowadays. But like the people who go to like these plays and do that, like all they want to do is talk to you about the plays. Like I'm not going to bite your ear off about Braveheart. I do that for me. Yeah. These people want to talk about how they went to the theater and saw this play. And then like the rest of their life, like, hey, what do you want to do Friday night? I'm thinking about getting a beer. Theater guys probably just like, let's go to the museum.
Well, you know what it is too, is like you can watch a movie as many times as you want, but you're not spending $100 every time you watch the movie. You don't have to get up and go out and get dressed and go to the fucking city and do all like you're just sitting on your couch, like, I'm gonna pop on Braveheart.
Bang.
And you're not bothering anybody. You're just sitting there minding your business watching Braveheart. But it's like when you watch South Pacific or Jersey Boys, it's like, oh, I gotta fucking tell everybody about it. I gotta tell them how they got a different actor, and
it put a whole different perspective on the swinging 50s for me.
Get out of my fucking face, Broadway.
Get out of my face, you fucking nerd. Anyway,
yeah,
I love ripping on fucking theater nerds. I love it. I hate them so much.
They're the worst.
Whenever I find out somebody's like going to a play, I'm like, why? Are you in the doghouse with your wife? Or
yeah. I will literally never go to a play under my own will.
Never. Out of principle. Like there's amount of money you could pay me to go, but it's a lot. Like you'd have to pay for the ticket, and then also I need at least $1,000 to go.
Not
cash
bad.
In my pocket, $1,000 to go sit through that nonsense out of principle. People, oh, you're crazy. Like, free ticket and this and that. I'm like, no. Theater is so fucking annoying.
You give me the ticket, I'll go sell it. How about that?
There's this guy on Grindr I was talking to for a long time too, who's got a lead in a play called The Dead Man's Cell Phone. And I was acting like I was interested for so long, but I was actually just joking with them. Like it's about a dead, like he's like, oh yeah, I'm in the Dead Man. He's like, who do you play in the Dead Man Cell Phone? He's
I play the cell phone.
He plays the Dead Man. So I'm just like, are you even in it? Because he's dead right away. The opening scene is like this woman named Jan in a cafe, and there's this phone ringing, and it won't stop. And she's just like, whose phone is this? And it's it. He's dead.
And he's just laying there.
So I'm just like, what do you do? And he's like, I got some lines. I come in like later and dream states and stuff. I'm like, oh, all right.
Okay.
He wanted me to go and stuff, and I was like, nah. Like, you couldn't. Absolutely not. But anyway. Okay. Let's move on to this next question here. What do you think was the most badass scene in movie history? Here we go. That's a little transition from you theater nerds. Let's talk about some fucking fire and some guns.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with. I know you're not a fan of this movie, but in Kill Bill, the fight scene where she fights the crazy 88, all those like Asian like samurai guys.
Oh yeah, in the end when she just goes ham on that entire dojo, basically.
Yeah. There's just like just cuts everyone up. I mean, that scene's just fucking intense.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all for feminism, so just
put that out there.
Just putting that out there. Yeah, no, it was just a crazy scene. Just the whole sequence, and it was a ridiculous fight scene. I mean, she's like flying all over the place, and there's just blood everywhere. But I enjoyed it. It was it was
pretty badass scene.
It was one of the first ones that came to my mind.
Yeah,
it was between that and Scarface.
Yeah,
the ending.
Yeah, when he's just like fuck it. Yeah, that scene. I mean, that Scarface scene, like he's got a fucking like bazooka. That's like pretty cool.
You want to play rough?
I got a fucking bazooka. I'm just gonna blow the door off. I'm so coked up. Fuck it. Yeah.
Mountain of coke.
I mean, I have a Tarantino movie too.
Okay.
I was between a few, just different movies, but I sat back, thought about it. I think because I saw this movie 8 times in theaters, Django Unchained. The scene when Christoph Waltz shoots Calvin Gicanti at the end when he pulls out like the little whatever that gun is called on the wrist.
Yeah, the hooker gun.
Yeah, the hooker gun. Yeah. Exactly. And he just shoots him like out of nowhere, and then just like an entire fucking gunfight opens up between Django and all the dicks.
Yeah.
That was like I was on like right when he shot him. Me and Dante were watching that movie in the theaters the first time. We just like leaned forward, like, oh boy, what do we got? And it was just so badass.
Yeah.
But I think most badass though, like just fucking cool scene of any movies, probably in No Country for Old Men when Anton Chigurh blows up the car to go steal drugs from the pharmacy.
Right?
Yeah. Like, isn't that such a cool, like, dip the cloth in the gas tank of a car, light the end of it on fire, just walk into the pharmacy, blows off, all the attention's on the car. Then he just like walks into the back and takes the pills he needs for like all the wounds that he got from being shot.
Yeah.
That was badass.
That's badass too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All badass. Yeah. I mean, Tarantino, like you said, you could just about any Tarantino movie you could pick something. I
have like 8 things from True Romance, but I know you haven't seen it yet, so I won't. Yeah. I'll just give you a hint. It's James Gandolfini.
Say no more.
He's so badass. And when you give him like Tarantino to write for him, like to make him into just like the fucking Italian, like I'm gonna kick your ass guy, it's magic. It was magic.
Yeah. Or you can even go Reservoir Dogs, the whole stuck in the middle with you scene. Like that's another one.
Torturing cops. Yeah.
Pulp Fiction, Samuel Jackson, who's like say what again? Yeah.
Yeah, Tarantino just knows how to make a badass couple scenes.
He does,
But I think Django was his most complete piece of work, other than Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I think Pulp Fiction takes the crown for me, but Django is definitely up there.
Yeah, I think it was the best movie of 2012, and like just everybody's afraid to say it. But now we're 6 years ahead. Like, yeah, it was not even close.
Now that everything is
everybody realizes it wasn't racist. It was pointing out how stupid slave owners were, and then they ended up completely getting their asses kicked.
Yes. Since all of our race relation issues are resolved now, we could all look back. We could all look back and agree.
It's gotten so much worse. He snuck that in right before things got way worse.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Oh man. Okay. All right. Let's move to the next question here. What movie was really just a giant advertisement? And if you haven't noticed by now, I got all of these questions off Ask Reddit today. So my apologies for being a little bit lazy, but
no problem. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
I got the same thing.
I
got the same thing.
Yeah, I think I found that answer on Reddit because I was just like, I was trying to think, I couldn't think of it. And I just Googled it and it popped up on Reddit, and I was just scrolling down. You could also go with the Lego movie, or really any Disney movie.
Yeah,
it's just a huge because like they do so much merchandising and video games and everything. It's like crazy.
Yeah, I had something before written down, and then I erased it and put Harold and Kumar, and I forgot what it was. It was something good though, but I can't remember it. But yeah, this is like the number one. I mean, like you see that movie. I mean, we're a couple guys who smoke some weed. Like, I don't know if I've ever had White Castle.
I have. It's definitely not sober food.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's really not that good, but it's like it kind of is. It's like it's so bad it's good kind of thing.
Yeah, getting a suitcase of little sliders looks so appetizing.
You're making me hungry right now.
I'm sorry. See, that's what they do.
Yeah. No, I mean the only White Castle near me is like in the Bronx, like in the real bad part of the Bronx. Like there's bulletproof glass, like where you order, like in front of the register.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I've only gone there a handful of times, and I've been to other White Castles here and there, but actually one time in college, my freshman year, I got like a case of these like frozen White Castle burgers.
Oh yeah,
like 10 of them in
at 7-Eleven. Yeah,
it was like 10 of them, and I ate all of them in one sitting, and it was the worst thing I've ever done to myself.
That's good to know, because I've been so tempted to buy those things.
No, I mean, like I'm sure if you had a couple, it'd be fine, but I ate the entire case in one sitting. I was like blackout drunk, and I just like woke up just like the worst stomach pains and just like volcanic explosions coming out of my ass.
Yeah, but they look good on paper. Like the whole thing made it look like they were just perfect for if you're stoned and stuff. But like because I had a White Castle near me growing up, but there were just so many more things on the way. Like you had to go past the Taco Bell to get there, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. You had to get through to get there. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings right next to it. You know, it's just it ranks last compared to everything you see before it.
For sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
But okay. I'm trying to think of what the fuck other movie I had. It was actually pretty creative. I totally forgot. So if I think about it later, then I'll just blurt it out. So let's get to our last question here of the hybrid. What fictional villain would screw up the world fastest if they actually existed? I'm gonna go first on this one.
Go ahead.
So if Terminator kills John Connor, yeah, like that's the answer.
That's it. Yeah, I mean that's we're all fucked.
That's it. I mean, Skynet. Yeah. Skynet will go live. There will be no John Connor to stop it. And I mean, like it might not happen now because you're sending the Terminator back into the past to kill the creator of Skynet. Or what was the whole thing? Yeah. He has to kill John Connor because John Connor will go into the future and grow up to be the man who kills Skynet. So Skynet sends the Terminator back to kill John Connor. So that way Skynet just fucking goes.
Yeah, he's the one that leads the revolution to stop Skynet, kind of the rebellion or whatever. Yeah, no, it's yeah. I mean, because at that point we're all lost. We need John Connor.
Yeah,
he's our savior. Yeah,
understatement.
But mine. This is kind of an obscure reference. I don't know if you'll get this. You ever watch Captain Planet?
No.
Okay. Well, there's this guy, Haggish Greedley. I didn't even know his name. I had to look him up. I remembered his face, but I don't know if you want to Google him, but he's like apparently like half human, half like hog. Like he's just like real fat guy, like kind of like the pig nose. But basically, like Captain Planet is like they're going around like saving environmental like disaster kind of things. So basically, he's just going out there like spilling oil into the Gulf of Mexico and
boy,
and just like cutting down rainforests left and right. Like he's just doing everything that like is bad for the environment. So
he's like the guy in California before the wildfire started who just like looks into the camera and like lights a match to a string that goes like deep into dynamite.
Yep. Yeah, he's doing shit like that. So if you talk about what's worse for the earth, I think that was the question, the way it was worded. You're right there. That's your answer.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, I mean, not to put your answer down, but Skynet getting rid of the humans is probably the best thing overall for the earth.
Just robots?
Well, because there's no pollution. There's no like the
idea of Skynet is great, but like, you know,
I'm just saying like
turned.
Earth without humans, like let's say Earth is an organism, right? Just getting real out there right now. Let's say Earth is an organism, human or bacteria. If you look at us, like if you had like a time lapse of like us like spreading across Earth and building and destroying shit and tearing shit down, like we're a virus.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if anything, Terminator was trying to save the planet. He was trying to save Earth. Haggish Greedley, he wants to see the world burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But both result in the same thing though, because the robots are, they're, just if you look into like the Skynet future, the world is already burnt to a crisp. There's they're nuking cities.
That's true. They did nuke everything. I forgot about that. They nuked everything.
Everything to start over, like aggressive move. I can't believe so many people signed off on it,
But yeah, just give them all the power.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Like we'll just get robots and, people will be nice to each other, but there will be, I don't know. Yeah. No, thanks. I'd rather just deal with the Mr. Planet and like we'll go get him, send the military after his ass. Like, Terminators, yikes. I mean, like that's tough. That's even match, not even match. They'd kill. They
don't like, they're like indestructible for the most part.
Like completely, especially like the liquid metal guy. I forget, like only lava kills him, but like how would he supposed to do? Like dump lava like all over a battlefield?
How do you transport lava? How does that like?
I don't think he can.
I don't think he can either. You just gotta fight him near. You just gotta huddle up near volcanoes and just kind of.
You gotta go live in the town where Dante's Peak was, and
just have him go run at you, and then you step to the side and like jump into the volcano.
Yeah. Nope. Okay. All right. So let's get to our world famous segments here. Hit it, Taylor Hicks. I gotta take a piss.
Okay.
Quick, and I have to get my computer charger too.
Okay.
BRB. Whoa. Fill that to the brim. Okay. All right. All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Taylor Hicks. So let's get to our first segment here, which is a Tom's Qualms. So you had a qualm. We forgot to do it the other episode. So we're gonna put it in now. What's that?
Yeah.
What happened?
So I've kind of built a reputation for myself here as
the guy with the small dick.
The other reputation I built for myself was that I'm a fish guy that doesn't like fish, right? And it was that way for a good part of my life, and it still is for the most part. But recently, I tried sushi, right? And it's not bad. I'm going to say it there. I came right out and said it. It's not bad.
You bastard.
I've had it maybe 2 or 3 times over the last month, and I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it.
Wrapped in seaweed.
I don't know. I don't know what's in it. I don't ask. I taste it, and it tastes good. I don't know. I mean, that's my qualm, man. Like, because I've still.
Have you ever had like a blackened salmon or a blackened tilapia?
No, tilapia is actually one of the worst fish for you.
Well, that's why it tastes so good.
You know, it was genetically engineered by the guy that also invented the artificial heart, and it's also the fish that's highest in cholesterol.
Oh, okay.
So he's burning the candle at both ends, you know.
Listen,
he's trying to.
Listen, if I'm out to dinner, they got a steak on there. I'm going to get the steak.
All right, 100%. Yeah,
100%. You know.
Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, you know, sushi. It's not bad. Like if I'm in like a Japanese restaurant and there's sake bombs and sushi going around, I'm not going to say no.
And also, like I'm probably one of the few people who listen, probably the only one, who's like had to consistently drive through Arkansas. And yeah, back in the day, I had to drive through Arkansas a ton for work. And a lot of the farms that they had out there, the chicken farms, like they had some sort of depression with like, you know, selling chickens. So like they had to convert. So that's where most of our country's catfish are harvested. They dug ponds and they harvest catfish. And in the South, catfish is like a huge dish.
Huge. Yeah.
It's huge. Oh my God. It is a terrible thing to eat.
Oh yeah. Do you know how they catch it?
No.
Or like I don't know about. I'm saying like the rednecks that like live like in Louisiana and shit.
They go buy it and breed, and like they breed them and like keep them in their ponds. Like that's supposed to be a farm. Right. They built man-made ponds.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about like when you go catch them in the wild. Is you don't like catch them with like a fishing rod or anything. Like these guys go in the water like up to their waist. And they just stick their arm in the water, wait for the catfish to bite down, and they pull it out.
That's fucking dangerous, dude. They got fucking knives as like the side fins.
They call them. They call it noodling, I think, is what they call it. Yeah, no, they just stick the arm in and they clamp down and they just pull them out, and they get these giant catfish attached to their hands. It's crazy. These crazy rednecks get nothing better to do.
Ugly fucking fish too.
Yeah, they're just like a grotesque looking fish. Like I wouldn't, if I ate fish, I wouldn't want anything to do with it.
Have you had salmon? Mr. Salmon Seller?
Well, I had it in the sushi, but I've never like had salmon.
Like a salmon fillet and just season the shit out of it and then just roast it for 20 minutes. And then like it's very good. It's very good. I think salmon's one of those ones that's terrible for you too.
No, it's actually one of the best ones for you.
Oh,
it's got all the omega-3 fatty acids and all that good stuff.
When I go grocery shopping, I'll buy fish when I'm trying to lose weight, and it's only salmon. Like, because it's the only one I know. I don't really expand.
Yeah,
you know.
No, there's I mean, it's probably one of the best for you, and it's like one of the more reasonably priced. I get. Well, it's kind of expensive, but no, I mean, I always get these big guys coming in, and they're like, "Yeah, let me get a piece of salmon." It's like, "Yeah, my doctor says I need to eat healthier, I need to eat more fish, so you need some salmon." You can tell like that, like this. They don't want to like. This close to needing a bypass surgery is like.
Dude, what doesn't fill you up? That's the thing. Like I'll eat like 2 salmon fillets, and I'm just like I'm fucking hungry still. Like, damn it, it's such a light thing, you know. And but yeah, okay. Well, sushi. You're a sushi guy now. I'm not a sushi guy. I just don't like the culture of sushi. I don't want people to know like I wouldn't say like I get it's a qualm. Like my qualm is gonna be 20 times worse. Like of things I don't want people to know, but I'll say it anyway because it's funny. But like for sushi, like once people know that you like sushi, then it becomes a thing where it's just like, hey, let's go get sushi. You know?
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Let's go get wings.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do like the reason I got it is because I was ordering off Grubhub and there's this like Japanese place that has good food and I saw the sushi on there. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it.
Try it out.
I'm gonna try it.
Not bad. What kind of sauce? What kind of sauce?
Well, it comes with the soy sauce, and you get some wasabi on there. I'm a big wasabi guy. I like wasabi.
I would just put Frank's on there. Call it a day, just to play it safe. Frank's makes everything taste better. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I don't care that I sell the product. It really genuinely does.
No, it does. It does. But I had one time I had the tuna roll, and then I also had this avocado salmon roll.
Ooh.
Or the California roll. I don't know, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. My qualm. So I kind of scrambled, but like it happened the other day. I don't know. Kind of relates to what I was saying with why my credit card might have got declined at the dentist. Mm-hmm. So I was just in a rabbit hole of porn. I was not it was a rabbit hole of porn. I was trying to find, I found this video and it was like a webcam couple of dudes. You're like stumbled upon that in the straight community.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I saw these guys and I was just like, I gotta, because the sample one that they gave me wasn't good enough. I'm like, I need to find this duo's name, and like I'll pay. I will pay to see these guys do what they do on the cam. So I'm just looking for it. They have a fucked up weird username, so it's hard to find. And then eventually I find something, and they're Colombian too. So like that kind of brings me into like the page 3 of Google search, and like now I'm like in the bare bones of like Colombia of gay porn. And I was so like I needed to see it. I took the risk, and I put my credit card information in, and then once I went to go log on, couldn't find any of the stuff that I thought I signed up for. So I'm just sitting here like, fuck. Like, all right, this is before the Bucks game. This is like 9 a.m. Bucks play at 1. I'm just like, I'm gonna just like,
so this is
I'm gonna watch a ton of porn to like kill the time before the game starts because I hate just here.
So this isn't even like a late night, like drunk.
No, this is early morning.
This is like
completely rock and roll sober. just need to see these two guys, you know?
Yeah.
So what I ended up putting my credit card in for was like a dating website. It was weird. So then I had to go like cancel it. And then I found another site after I canceled this one that had them. So I go to buy it and my credit card was declined. And I was like, what? Like, why? I tried it again. It was declined. Why? Yeah. Looked at my bank account. There's money in there. So I'm like, okay, this is fucked up. But then like I had a stream of consciousness where it's just like, listen, try this another day. Like not right now. The Bucks play, you know.
Sometimes it's just not meant to be.
It's just not meant. Like this is dangerous game. Like you need to stop thinking with your dick here. You're giving your fucking credit card numbers to a Colombian gay porn operating website. You know, and then like I found another porno. I didn't need much. Like when you wake up really hungover, like you don't need to go looking that far. You know, but there was just something about these two. I was just like, I gotta see it. There's still like I still have that one clip. They're still impossible to find. But like then I went to the dentist today and they declined the $120, you know, expense, even though I had double the amount of money in there.
Yeah.
I think it had to do with that.
Probably. It's a good chance that like they saw like all these like Colombian like,
this activity. They were just like, this can't be right.
It's like John Taffer like shut it down.
But what am I gonna do? Call PNC and just be like, hey, no, allow these.
I mean that happened with TD for me, not with gay porn, but with my bookie. I was trying to put money in. Like every time I put money in, they give me shit, and I have to go through all these phone calls and this whole rigmarole. It's like, let me just fucking. It's my money. Let me fucking spend it. Like, but it's an international site. It might be
get it on PNC. Like,
yeah. See, I don't know. My bone pun not intended with like all the webcam shit is like a lot of times their videos they'll be like an hour long, and there's like maybe 5 minutes of good shit. The rest of the time is I'm just sitting there like talking, like typing with people.
Oh, so you've done that? I've done that too.
Well, I never bought anything, but I've found like full length videos out there because I guess there's just more.
I used to go on flirtforfree.com like a long time ago. That's like the main one, right? Like you probably get the same pop-ups.
No, I used to go on My Free Cams, I think it was. There's some I don't know. There's a couple of them, but
you never put money into there. You would just kind of like watch them from afar.
That was like back in high school. I didn't really like have my own card to like to do that. I don't know. I was never really. I'm not big with the whole interacting thing. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, like
you gotta type it.
Put your foot in your ass, yeah.
like weird shit. Like you go private. Like I got robbed in private like a couple times. You get there and like once you like pay and like you're in there, you're just like, hey, like you know, finger your butt or something like that. Like it feels weird typing.
Yeah, I feel
like, but then they just don't do it. They just sit there and stare back and wait for your timer to go out. You're just like, what are you doing? Like, frantically like clicking on the keyboard. Do something now. The timer runs out. You just wasted $10. You got to go into the chat room where everybody's talking. It's like he's a fraud. Like I got to be the fucking whistleblower.
Yeah,
you know. But I don't know. It's. Yeah, that's a hell of a qualm. I just got a lot out there. Whatever. I'm an open book.
Yeah, apparently.
Open book. I don't think there's anything out there. I mean, I think I have everything that I have inside, like out there at this point in my life.
I don't know what else you could
this podcast. I don't think I have anything else to really get out there. I'd have to think long and hard. And if I did think of it, I'll tell you. I'm sure it's gross. But anyway, okay. All right. So let's get to our second segment here, which is a buy or sell. Our newest segment to the family. So are you buying or selling ghosts today? Now, we've talked a lot about ghosts today, but this is going to be the official statement. Like, you're in or you're out. Do ghosts exist?
I am buying the shit out of ghosts.
Okay.
I have nothing to back it up either, but I'm buying.
I'm buying too. I mean, like, but the thing is, like, so like, what are ghosts? Like, are they, when you die, like, people are ghosts and they're like in a habitat and they're like, their consciousness continues to go? If that's the case, then why are people more religious if they believe in ghosts? Because I think a majority of people believe in ghosts.
I would think more do than don't, which by definition would make them the majority. I don't know. I mean, because there's like different kinds of ghosts, right? There's like a poltergeist, which is like kind of cheeky, he plays little pranks on you and stuff, right? Or he's a ball buster. Or there's like the apparition, the one that like, you just like might see the lady in the white dress just like walk through the wall, who's not really like interacting with you, but just kind of there. Those, from what I understand, is kind of just like leftover energy after you die. It's like you're kind of your soul, your spirit, just kind of.
Yeah, like but it's a full lady in a white dress walking. The dress went with her.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know.
What if it's just like why isn't it just like a big lady with titties walking through? Like the dress is dead. Like it's not.
It's my dress. He starts covering up.
I saw some shit with a coworker. She was in Germany a long time ago, and they were at this haunted, like windmill or something like that, or lighthouse.
Haunted windmill.
Or lighthouse. It was like haunted windmill or lighthouse, one of the two, right? And like it's like this whole like tourist trap or whatever. So she got this picture taken, and like there's this blatant, like right in the middle of them, this big gigantic eye, like a very detailed eye, and she showed me the picture. Yeah, and she went and got it. I don't know what the word is, like proofed or something. Like she brought it to a professional who could tell you whether or not that's like a lens,
like a flare,
like the flash fucked up the picture, this and that, and they couldn't fucking no. They were like, that's just there in the picture, and it's huge. This humongous purple eye, and she was telling me like it was nothing. I'm like, fucking, that's ghosts. That is a ghost. Like that is a very detailed eye. Like that is that's proof of like a second dimension.
Yeah, or a third or a fourth. Who even knows?
Who knows? All these fucking atheists are out here just like, yeah, I know everything. I'm Ricky Gervais. Like my version of The Office sucked, and like I'm not that funny, but I know everything. Like people like that, like go fuck yourself. There's ghosts out there. Where are they coming from, huh?
I guarantee you, there's less. We know less than we don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes complete sense. It's why I'm bashing atheists, because they think they know more than they should.
Yeah, they just. I mean,
it's like no God.
Just because they can't, just because they can't explain shit. It's like, it can't happen.
Yeah, can't happen. Like really? That's the hill you're gonna die on? You fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know how or why they're here, but they're here. There's definitely some shit going on, and like I've never had an interaction with the ghost, but it's like
we are a ghost-friendly podcast.
Absolutely,
I mean, it just could not stress that enough. We've done that in so many episodes in the past. We are anti-demon ghosts,
very anti-demon.
Hotel Rwanda over here. Come on in. Like I'll hang out.
I live my life according to the rules that there may be a ghost around every corner.
That's a good rule.
Yeah,
I think I've been unconsciously doing that, but like I'm going to start really consciously paying attention to that.
I was like, every time I come out of the shower, I was like, if anyone's out there, I'm coming out. If you don't want to see my dick.
Oh, true. That makes jerking off way more difficult.
You just got the whole audience watching you.
And I got performance issues as is. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I've
come on.
Come and join us. Here, you take over. Like you and your ghost boner.
You guys want to have a circle jerk?
But I mean, it's crazy how we're both like, just without a doubt, we're unanimously buying ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, Italian people in general is like real superstitious.
Yeah, you're also very stupid. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm 50% Italian. It's all good.
I'm gonna watch you, Mick. But no, I mean, like my mom and all of her sisters, like cousin J Mac can vouch for this. Like they're convinced that every time they see a cardinal, it's a dead relative coming to visit them.
Wow.
Like, because like on it's always on like
or like Mark McGuire.
No, no, like it's always on like a big day. Like let's say it's like someone's like wedding or baptism or confirmation. Like as we're getting ready, we'll look out the back window of our house and there'll be some cardinal sitting on a deck, and it's just like, oh, that's grandma, or that's Tootsie, or that's like, you know, it's like it's so ridiculous, but it's like, yeah, I mean, they always show up, so I guess it's got to be true.
I had the same exact thought process with 1979 year quarters. Have I talked about the 1979 quarters in this?
You've mentioned them, yeah.
You know where the 1979 quarter is now?
Where?
I threw it in the goddamn garbage last Sunday. I threw it in the trash. I found that quarter. I had change in my pocket before we played the Saints week 1. And I was just like, I don't know through the quarters. I haven't had a 79 quarter in a while. Like if I find one, we're going to need one.
Yeah.
I was there. It was in all its glory, a 79 quarter. I went right to my buddy who knew about it, and I texted him, and we won that game in the next one. Then we pretty much lost every game since. And I was just like, there's something about this quarter that like is wrong. You know, this is
a bad juju.
It's got bad juju now. Like it gave me the Saints, and now I'm overwhelming it. So like once we were down like 28-7 to you, I was just like, it's in the trash. It's gone. We came all the way back, but like that would have happened regardless. But you know, just a waste. You know, I dumped whatever energy was left out of that 1979 quarter. But yeah, seeing Cardinals as dead relatives coming back, then you're believing in like the reincarnation, like Buddhism stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
intense.
Not even just that. It's just like coming back to just like kind of pay a visit. Like, hey, I'm here. I'm watching. Yeah, like I don't know if I like that.
I don't know if I like that at all. Like I would totally be down for a heaven after we die, but like if it means that my like grandpa is watching me being gay, like and
I don't. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, no, he would love the podcast though. He's a big fart guy.
Yeah,
huge fart guy. Yeah. So, all right, we're all in on ghosts. So that settles that.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll find out about them, officially one day. Years from now.
Years from now.
When we're dead.
As soon as we could, once we are them. I knew we were real.
I knew it. And then you're a ghost and nobody believes it. And you can't do anything to prove it.
The only way you prove it, you just go haunt people.
That's why you get pissed. That's why people get haunted, because they get pissed. They're pissed off that nobody believes in ghosts. well, this is the podcast for you, ghosts.
I'm here and I'm clear.
Casper, real. Okay. All right, so let's move to our third segment here, which is a Let There Be Rock. So you had to listen to a classic fucking song, Mr. Roboto by Styx. Sure. It's a song everybody's heard, but this is, the point of this segment is to really sit back and look at the story.
Right. Yeah. So I've definitely heard this song, but I don't know if I've ever actually sat down and listened to it,
Yeah, because Mr. Roboto is trying to say something.
Yeah. He has a secret, apparently. That's the first thing he wrote down. He's got a secret.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps saying that. And so I was trying to think about what his secret could be. What secret could a robot have? He's a robot. He's not really getting up to
and everybody knows that he's a robot.
Right. Yeah, he puts it out there. His name's Mr. Roboto.
Yeah.
That's his name. Like,
obvious.
Right there. Yeah. Yeah. So it got me thinking a little bit. And I think he might be a sex robot.
Whoa.
Just saying. I don't know if you've heard, there's some rumblings going around now about how they're trying to open up robot brothels.
Oh, I know all about them. I've got plenty of tabs kept on those sex robots. You kidding me?
Yeah.
It's like investing in a bullpen or like a batting cage.
Here's a little quote I got. Thank you very much, Mr. Roboto, for doing the jobs that nobody wants to.
Oh.
So I mean, I was thinking Mr. Roboto, he's just going around fucking fat chicks.
Yeah.
Right. The jobs that
the gross ones.
The big girls need love too. Everyone needs a little bit of love. So I mean, the ones that no one else wants to deal with. Thank you for doing the job that nobody else wants to.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's a great point. These are all great points I never thought about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You look at a song and you break it down, and it starts to make a little bit more sense. But yeah, I mean that's it's a catchy song. That's about all I got into with the sex robot
What about
stuff.
the ending of the song when he reveals who he is?
What I was dealing with some Wi-Fi issues. I was trying to like
At the end, after
multitask.
like the whole like epic saga of like Domo Arigat, he's just like, I am Kilroy.
Okay,
Kilroy. That's his like identity.
so who's Kilroy?
I looked it up. It was like some like artifact on a battleship or something. So like nothing really matched what they were talking about in the song.
Okay,
At all. Like it wasn't like a mythological beast or something like that. But
So-
like the song spirals out of control at the end. Like I am Kilroy. So I think like the ending, like the sex robot, if we're gonna go that route, just kind of turns on you and
Yeah.
just like Skynet is live, going back to
right. Yeah, it just kind of starts killing people.
like program, like malfunction. I'm here to kill. You know, that happens.
That makes sense. I guess he just got fed up with fucking fat chicks.
I bet. Because he's also screaming out the entire time, like, yeah, I'm a robot, but I have feelings. I have real human emotions. Like, I can actually, like, help you out with stuff.
Yeah.
You could talk to me, this and that.
Yeah.
But everybody's just using me for sex. Now I'm just a robot I'm a horror robot.
If I have to fuck one more BBW, I'm going to fucking go ballistic.
Yep, but he's programmed to. And eventually he was able to, like, code up some stuff and just reprogram himself to just be Kilroy and just go terminate.
Yes, that kind of threw me off because he keeps saying he's Mr. Roboto, and all of a sudden I'm Kilroy. So
yeah,
just like
but that's a secret. That's the whole thing. Like, I've got a secret I've been hiding under my skin, and he's telling you all these hints. And then at the end, after he says, like, all these people are like, thank you very much, oh, Mr. Roboto, he's just like, I have to reveal my true identity. And then there's just like a couple whiplash sounds. And then he's just like, I am Kilroy.
And all of a sudden the machine guns pop up out of his wrist and he starts shooting everybody.
It's exactly what the sound, right when he starts saying, I am Kilroy, it sounds like, in your brain, you're like, oh my God, here we were, we had a great robot. It's like R2-D2, like just completely going rogue, killing all the good guys.
So okay, this kind of brings it all together. In the beginning, he's talking about how he has a secret. Now, I thought his secret was that he was a sex robot, but apparently, everyone knew he was a sex robot.
Well, he is a sex robot. Now, I'm bought in on that.
Yeah. So that's not the secret. The secret is the fact that he's Kilroy, like ready to snap and kill everybody.
I have a secret. I'm fucking fed up with it. I'm so sick of this shit of fucking being a sex slave. Imagine being a robot that's being designed for sex, and like you're gonna have like the dirtiest, grossest people buying those things. There's not gonna be like a nice guy going out and buying fucking Mr. Roboto.
No. And you're definitely like
that is an investment,
and definitely not cleaning you properly.
Oh no way!
That's you're used to. You're just sitting there. You're basically just a cum bucket.
Yeah, you're a cum bucket, and like you're just helpless. You're just a slave. You're a slave. That's it.
Yeah, no, it's tough. There's this whole idea of how we need to treat our robots ethically, just in case one day they decide to turn.
But people don't want to accept that. They think like robots are programmed to do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's like we can't have human slaves, so let's have robot slaves.
And Mr. Roboto is just like, listen, pal, I actually have like some under my skin. I have skin. I have some human personalities. Yeah. I know what's going on. Yes, I know I'm programmed to fuck you, but like, how about some dinner? Like one time, just one time. You just come home from work and you get wasted, and then you just fuck my brains out, and I'm tired of it.
At least give me some oil first.
Lube it up, And probably the people who like are into robot sex, they're probably into real fetishy stuff, so they probably like light him on fire a little bit, or but probably piss on it.
It's a little Cleveland steamer action.
Take a shit on it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what a Cleveland steamer is.
And like Mr. Roboto is like, enough. I'm Kilroy. I am Kilroy.
Now, how do you think he kills people? Does he fuck them to death, or does he have like some?
My brain created the image of lasers out of the eyes, where it just stares and goes, "I'm Kilroy." Zap out of the eyes,
and it's like War of the Worlds. They just turn to dust.
Yep, incinerated, gone. That's exactly. Robots. That's just how it goes with them. However they want to finish it, but yeah. So hell of a song. Song.
Classic.
All right. Let's go to our fourth segment here. which is a what's good. So I had to listen to Patiently Waiting by Eminem and 50 Cent. So another, I texted you before after I listened to it. Another incredible performance by Eminem. I don't know why anybody like the whole song opens up with 50 Cent like thank you for the opportunity. You're my favorite white rapper. I think I've told you that, this and that, and then I'm gonna do my rap. And then Eminem always comes in after whoever he's doing a double thing with. I want to call it a duet, but like I'm sure they'd hate being called a duet because the two dudes and most rappers hate gay people. So I won't call it that.
No, it's like it gets like a feature. He's like featured in the song, a collab. Like they use collab a lot. Yeah, that's a big one.
Basically, 50 Cent is like a fucking loser. Like in the rap game, it sounds like he's just like, you guys hate my guts, like, you know, this and that, but I'm actually not that bad. And then Eminem just does his shit, which is like 20 million times more impressive than what 50 Cent raps about. And he's talking about how 50 Cent is like a great guy and he's actually a good rapper and this and that, by while also just doing it by blowing him out of the water with his rap style. So it's kind of an oxymoron in a way.
See, 50 Cent, I mean, his thing is like, it's not that he's a bad rapper. I think he's a very good rapper when he wants to rap, because like now he's just you know, doing his little businesses.
He came up with Candy Shop and like just sailed into the sunset.
That was when he was like, he had some money. Like this album this is on, Get Rich or Die Trying. That's that song Many Men was on it too.
Yeah,
like, this entire song, like usually you get an album, there's a couple songs, you know, some songs here and there you don't listen to. This entire album, like you listen to front to cover.
Yeah, like
any given day. But yeah, see, his thing is he's like he just kind of comes out and just like says what he's thinking. There's no filter with him. So like, that's why he got shot 9 times. That's why like he's always in some kind of beef. Like he just says what he wants. He just does what he wants.
Yeah, and he's a big bad dude. He lost a lot of weight though, right? In real life, isn't he like a real skinny little bitch now?
No, well, he lost. He was in a movie where he was like played like a cancer patient. And he lost a lot of weight for that.
Yikes.
But no, I mean he's jacked.
Yeah,
he's a big dude. He's probably on all kinds of steroids and HGH and stuff, but he's jacked.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I got a lot of lyrics written down, so we got to get to these.
Let's get to it.
In this white man's world, I'm similar to a squirrel looking for a slut with a nice butt to get a nut. I just wrote that down because it's a nice callback to when we were listening to Everybody Dance Now. Trying to get a nut, similar to butt, I'm the squirrel, like that whole thing. So I just like, all right, yeah, you know, throwback.
That's a line that like you'll see it a lot in rap. Like just kind of passed down through the generations.
Nut, I'm a squirrel, you know, like squirrels eat nuts. Like you gotta get
nuts and butts, they rhyme, and it has they're both sex organs. Well, butts not really. Butts are we've turned them into organs.
You ever heard of the prostate?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't have anything to do with reproduction. That's what I'm saying. I mean it's just
oh my god,
there for fun.
Oh my god,
are you gonna have a butt baby? Is that what you're gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna shit out a baby. Okay. This next lyric I got here. Patiently waiting to make it through all the hating, debating whether or not you could even weather the storm. So this I wrote this down too because just like it's 50 Cent. He must have just gotten a ton of hate in the rap game just for like his skill. I mean, that's what this I just brought it up. This whole song just screams of him just being like, you guys all hate my shit, but like, how about this?
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I've been like you've been hating on me, but I've been patiently waiting to just explode on this track. Like you just wait, like he's just
been
building this up. I mean, it's funny because like if you took Eminem out of this,
the disaster of a song.
No, I don't even think that. I just think that he brought it to such another level that everything doesn't look as good. I mean, like if you just had him and then like maybe someone else or even just him by himself, you listen to like, oh, this is a good song. Yeah. And then once you put Eminem on it, he just goes through his whole.
It's must listen.
Thing. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So he knew that like because Eminem is on there, like it's must listen. So he gave it his all. Like everybody's gonna be listening to this shit. He's doing me a huge favor right now. Like he opened it up. It's like, yo, you know, you've like always been my favorite white rapper and stuff. Like that was like the opening line of the song. It's just like have some fucking respect, dude. like seriously, you drop that fucking shit. Eminem is so much better than you. Can't just be like, hey, you're like a white. Like it just kind of came off like, oh yeah, like for a white guy, you're really good. You've always been my favorite white rapper.
No, I mean, they're really
like, you're my favorite fucking rapper in general.
No, I mean they're really tight. I mean, Eminem signed 50 Cent. Like without him, he wouldn't have a. I mean, I'm sure he might have been discovered at some point, but like he's the one that gave him his shot, gave him his opportunity.
I did not know that. So
yeah, he's signed to Shady Records.
All right. Okay. Take some Big and some Pac, and you mix them up in a pot. Sprinkle a little Big L on top, and what the fuck do you got? So
you got the realest and illest killers tied up in a knot.
So is that? I mean, like, is that like that's them shooting out? That's what 50 Cent is. He thinks.
Yeah, basically, he's just saying like. Well, Eminem said that.
Yeah, Eminem's backing him up. He's pretty much a mix of Biggie and Tupac, the two best of all time, and then you sprinkle a little Big L on top. I don't know who that is.
That was, remember with the episode with Cousin J-Mac, we listened to the Big L song.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically he's saying like you take all the greats and you just like mix them up and you just let them all stew and marinate, and that's what we are. You come out with us.
Do you think that's true? Do you think 50 Cent is that? Do you think that's just like Eminem being really, really nice? Because there's zero chance that 50 Cent is that mixture.
No. If anything, I would say even I thought Eminem was talking more about himself. I don't know. I mean, I have to go and like look
at the way the lyrics read was because I have it written down. I'm gonna need a sound clip in here. The Leave Britney Alone sound clip, that kid freaking out. The whole thing just sounds like leave 50 Cent alone. Stop. Leave him alone. Like I guess now I know that Eminem signed him and stuff. It's like the whole first big chunk of stuff that Eminem does is more just like, just shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. I know because I'm better than you, and this is what I see. It's actually Tupac and Biggie wrapped up together with a little bit of Big L sprinkled in on top, and you mix that together like a meatloaf, you get 50 Cent. There's no fucking way that recipe equals 50 Cent. 50 Cent is a fucking nobody.
Listen.
He's got no continuity. He's a nobody today. He's pretty cool because he's got a cool rivalry with Floyd Mayweather, making fun of him because he can't read.
He stopped making music. I mean,
because he stunk at it.
No, listen.
He made money. Candy shop. I'll let you live my lollipop. What a pathetic song,
bro. That's a radio hit song. That's what you make your money off of. Listen, he used rap as a means to get out of the hood, to stop hustling, so he didn't get shot anymore. Right. That's what I respect about him, is because like he used it as a means to kind of turn himself into an entrepreneur. You know how much money he made off vitamin water?
No,
hundreds of millions of dollars. He like bought in on the ground floor. Like he's in all kinds of businesses and shit. I'm not gonna let you sit here and slander 50 Cent. All right,
I didn't want to, but you're saying it's Pac and Biggie mixed up with Big L. Like just like, there's no way.
You have to understand, rap isn't literal. There's lots of euphemisms. There's lots of overly zealous metaphors. Okay, like
lies.
In rap, you have to be very braggadocious. You're not going to come out here and talk the way that we talk on here about how we all got little dicks and we're just these little. Yeah, you have to like kind of play up the image. It's all part of the.
I got a small dick. Don't call me a prick.
Yeah, you see, that won't work. You just get clowned on. Like it works for us. Like we're very self-deprecating, but there aren't like really any self-deprecating rappers. I mean, Eminem does it a little bit, but even still, like he kind of says shit like this.
Well, he does it in a talented way. Yeah, with his rap. But I don't know. I just think he's just not. I don't know. Doesn't do it for me. I think Eminem was awesome in this song and he fucking kicked ass. But I think the whole thing just felt like a favor. Even before I knew that Eminem signed him, it just felt like, hey, like leave my guy alone. All right, he's pretty good.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, he's not the best rapper. I'm not saying he's the best rapper, but like I'm not going to let you sit here and slander him. The man.
Candy Shop was the worst. I mean, like, yeah, it was a radio hit, but I remember I think I was in fifth grade. We were fifth graders when that song was huge.
That was my ringtone in sixth grade.
Yeah, so
when I got my first cell phone.
Yeah, and that was just like the song that everybody sang, and I was just like, I could tell right now at this moment that everything's about to go downhill. Yeah,
no, I mean that was. I'm trying to think what album that came off of, but that was definitely one of his like last like real albums.
Little kids are just like, get it, like I'll let you lick my lollipop. It's his dick. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
It's just a terrible song. Like like Kiss saying about the same thing with Love Gun. Like I'll let you, pull the trigger of my love gun. But like at least they did it with like a good sounding riff. Like I'll pull the trigger of my love gun. Like he's just like saying it with a really like annoying, Macklemore kind of riff to it, with like the little jazzy hook. I hate that stuff. I hate when they find like they try to catch you with the hook. Yeah. They just play it on repeat the whole time. It's just like, come on, guys, come on. Just fucking get more creative out there. Sick of it.
Yeah, that was kind of on the tail end of his effectiveness, or that's kind of when he started dropping off. But yeah, I'm not gonna let you slander Get Rich or Die Trying 50 Cent.
Okay.
All right, you got anything else?
No, I don't. Okay. I'm out.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, let's move to our fifth and final segment here, which is a Bible talk. Little callback, huh? I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Genesis. Yep. It's been a while. We got Genesis chapter 3 here today. So this is the meat. This is where everything like really this is the plot turn. Okay. So there was a serpent. Okay. And the Lord made him. All right. So in a way, like, what was God thinking? But God knew, after I'm reading this, like, he kind of just knew, like, I created the serpent, but I shouldn't have. I'm starting to look at this guy. I'm starting to look at this serpent, and he's just not really responding the way that everybody else is.
It's like hindsight 2020. Serpent
shouldn't have created that fucking thing. This fucking, this gross ass fucking thing just slithering around. So let me get my quotes up here. All right, why don't you go first? What are your thoughts? So this is Eve gets tempted by the serpent Satan and eats from the tree of life. Yeah.
So basically, right off the bat, Adam should have known better.
Where was he?
He was, I don't know. He was off gallivanting somewhere, and then Eve just kind of bumped into the serpent, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you go eat that fruit?"
Let's back up before we get here. Okay. So Adam's out. We got to remember, like, the whole thing here is like when she eats the apple, she gets knowledge. So are they just like two retards? Sorry to say that word, but like the best way to describe it, just like a bunch of like walking around.
No,
like petting rabbits.
I think it's more just like ignorance is bliss kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's like you just don't know better. It's not like it's not like men. It's not like they're not retarded. It's just like ignorance. It's just like, I don't know any better. Like, I don't know that I'm supposed to be wearing clothes.
Yeah.
No one ever told me. I thought this is how, like, you look at dogs, like, you don't see dogs like hiding in the corner, like, oh shit, my dick's out.
The best. Exactly. That's a great point. Like with dogs, like I saw a great meme a couple weeks ago where it was like the dog and the owner were sitting on a bench, and the owner's got his clouds of thought, and there's like a million different things that he's thinking of, and then like the dog's next to him, and he's just thinking about like sitting here next to the owner on the bench. It's like that's all he cares about. Yeah, that's what God wanted. That was his intention. And Satan fucked it all up.
It's the whole self-awareness. They got self-awareness after that. Yeah, after they ate the apple. But I guess Adam was out, at B-dubs with the boys, catching the Monday night game. And then Eve was just kind of left her own devices, and then the snake slithers along, and he's just like, "Hey, you know that apple, that fruit that God said not to touch?
She was like,
touch it."
She was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
you should." He's like, "No, all good. No, you should do it." And she did it. I mean, this goes back to like the original thing that when we came up with this segment, like, is the Bible sexist?
It's an interesting question because
it's the origin of blaming women.
Right. Yeah. Like this could have like been the whole like
could have been Adam.
Yeah. Well, it could have been Adam, but I mean, like this whole thing is like, you read this back in the day, it's like, goddamn women, we would have been in paradise. We would have been in paradise.
It's like we would have won the fucking Super Bowl if it wasn't for the goddamn women.
I just picture a bunch of like old Jewish like rabbis with these beards and like the shawls over their heads. It's like, we would be in paradise.
They're reading it and they just like 8 pages in, they just slam it closed. They're just like, all right, new rule. Women, no more. They're not allowed to make decisions anymore. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's now, do you think the apple maybe represents like her period or something?
I don't think so. No, I don't think she had enough time to fuck anything. She was there for like 25 minutes.
You can not fuck anything and still get your period. That's just like
we don't know how old Eve is. I guess she's probably old enough to menstruate. I guess the way that the Bible like pictures depict her, She looks like she's like 30 tops. So like
grown ass woman.
She's a grown ass woman. So she's definitely menstruating. But like that's like just a natural thing that happens. So like it's a terrible hand. That's God's fault then if it's the menstruation.
Now that I'm bringing it back a little bit, now that I'm thinking about it a little bit, I feel like God added that whole menstruation in after the fact to punish her.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, he punished women for eternity for the most part. I mean, like he's lightened up since.
Yeah, like think about childbirth. Like think about what they have to go through with childbirth. It's just like, terrible. Well, you know what? You shouldn't have eaten the apple.
You're gonna have to do that now. I was thinking about his original plan was for the dude to have to push that through his dick, but now it's you because you ate the forbidden fruit.
I was gonna let you have a butt baby, but now you gotta...
I'm surprised he ended up like just not starting over. Right? I mean, like we're only like 10 minutes into the movie. He might have
just like wiped his
slate. He just like quit the game and not saved.
It's like you and every other person that descends from you is fucked.
Yeah, because he's like all right, like we're gonna proceed, but every time you reproduce, it's gonna be somebody with just knowledge, and then they're gonna get smarter, and they're eventually gonna destroy this place that I created. Yeah. And that's pretty much what's happening here, 2000 or whatever years later, and then
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of it's counterintuitive to do it like that, you would think. But I do have a couple of quotes here that now I don't want to say that God kind of gives off a rapey vibe here.
Watch out. Watch your mouth.
So I'm trying to tiptoe.
We're full on Ghost now. So like he's probably gonna fucking
he's just sending some demons after me. he's gonna text Beelzebub. He's like, hey, listen, I need you to do me a favor.
I got a guy he's accusing God of rape.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he did anything, but
naked thing.
After they eat the fruit and they realize that they're naked, they grow the little fig leaf loincloths or whatever. And
God's just like, what are you doing with that?
Yeah. So Genesis 3 lines 12 and 11 or 10 and 11. He goes, and he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, who told thee
who told you were naked?
Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree? Blah, 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 whatever. So basically, he's just like, he was just kind of letting them like prance around. He was just like, yeah, they're naked. It's cool. And it's like, oh, shit, they figured it out.
Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee shalt not eat?
So I don't know. I just felt kind of like, it felt like almost like a room kind of situation where he's just kind of got them there and they're just like kind of there for his own devices, whatever they may be. I'm not saying it's a
busy creating all the other stuff. He created the humans too quick. I don't know what was going through his brains. It must have been his first trial, or like not his first, but like couple like in where like it's like, all right, there's a lot of fucking things to work out here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, according to Mother, once everything kind of blows up, he just does it again.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a video game. Like I said before, like, I'll be playing a Madden game and like I'll throw an interception on the first play of the game. I get out of there. I'll quit. He tried to get himself back in there and ended up throwing more interceptions and just walked out of there just getting railed on Twitter.
Yeah, it's that's a good. I never thought about that. Like, why didn't he just like you're not that far in?
Back tomorrow.
Like, you did like maybe a week's worth of work. A week's worth of work.
It was 1 week.
Yeah.
It happened on Monday, the second week, basically.
I mean, you're God. It's not like you have a job. It's not like you have anything to do. Like, just put another week into it. What's the big deal? Like, you got all the time in the world, literally.
He's being stubborn. He's like, I can fucking fix this.
I'm gonna teach them a lesson.
I can't believe they ate that fucking fruit. He's like a football fan. I can't believe they fucking ran it on 4th and 3. Who does that? But yeah, I mean, there's a religion out there. I think it's called deism, where they believe in God, but they think that he just bailed a long time ago. We just started over.
You guys are
God he existed, but we failed him, so he left.
I don't hate that idea. I mean,
I would if I'm God. I am 2018 years. Are you kidding me? Like I'm out of this bitch.
I'd just be sitting here and like listening to people saying like, "Oh, it's the word of God." It's like, hey, I never said that. I never said anything about gay people. I never said you couldn't jerk off. Go ahead, jerk off all you want.
There's plenty of edits. Like I didn't know, no, but like it really all goes back to Adam and Eve. I mean, like it does. If we're gonna take this all literally, if she didn't eat that damn apple, Okay.
If she needed that apple 3,000 years ago,
where are we? Where are we? Right? Are we in utopia if she didn't do that? Or
maybe in the Garden of Eden.
We're definitely just a bunch of dumb people walking around the forest still.
Yeah,
like there's no evolution.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll just be all naked, just kind of like looking around, like, hey, those are birds.
But then one guy eats an apple. It's just like, ha, nice dick. You know? Like, oh my god, I'm fat.
Hey, you call that a dick?
Yeah. But God is interesting character.
Yeah, very.
I only talk to him before the football season starts. We're not really on speaking terms right now. You know, I was like, I made all these promises with God before the football season. I was like, God, like, you get me to the playoffs this year, I'll tone it back. I'm gonna be a good man. I'll start going to church. And he gave me 2 games of just heaven, and I was ready to go. And then he just like, you're done.
Yeah, man, it's the whole gay thing. That's why.
That's it. That's it. And I blame it on Eve.
Damn women.
Yeah. Right. But I don't know. But it's I don't know. Women, they got a bad rep. If it never happened, yikes. It definitely didn't happen.
Hey man, this happened 3,000 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, why doesn't Jesus come back now and turn like wine into water, or water into wine? It's just like, well, like, he tried it and they killed him. So why would he come back?
Yeah. Last time I was here, you guys crucified.
Last time I was here, it totally sucked. You guys fucking crucified me.
You didn't believe a word I said, and then you fucking
you didn't believe a sentence. I had 12 people.
That's it. 12.
That's it. The entire fucking world. 12 fucking people. I was turning shit into fish, into wine. I turned nothing into wine. Like that.
I walked on water.
I did everything you possibly do, and you still not only fucking didn't believe me, you killed me for it in the most gruesome way. Why would I ever come back?
I raised a guy from the dead. I've never seen any of you do that.
No. I bet you like Jesus is like sitting in the bullpen, like God's creation plans as he goes from planet to planet, and he's just like calls up the bullpen and like, yeah, why don't you get Jesus up running? So, like, a bunch of people like Jesus Christ, like, get Jesus up. He's got to warm up, go down, and see if they believe him. It's just a classic experiment that God won't give up on.
He just goes from planet to planet getting murdered.
He just won't show his face.
It's like, Dad, I'm telling you, this isn't going to work. Stop sending me down there.
You should just go down there yourself. It will fix everything.
You're not the one that has to get crucified.
No,
okay?
You don't get it. That's like putting cheat codes into Roller Coaster Tycoon. It takes away the fun of building a great roller coaster. And then, everybody goes on. If I go down there, of course everybody's going to do it. It ruins the fun. It takes away the challenge. Fuck that. I need you to go in there and do it. You know where you're going to end up once you die. It's cool.
Yeah,
but
you should be right back here, same place as before.
It's all good, and we'll start back from scratch. But anyway, I think we should be deists. I think that's a very reasonable thing to believe in.
I'm a Pastafarian.
There was a God. He left because we sucked.
No, I'm a Pastafarian.
What? What is that?
Have you ever heard of that?
A Pastafari? Is it like an apostle from Jamaica?
No, they believe in the flying spaghetti monster. It's like a real fake religion. I don't even understand it. It's just like funny. These people believe in a flying spaghetti monster. They call themselves the Pastafarians.
Yeah, well,
it's kind of like a troll religion, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Imagine like Satan worshippers. Like, what do you think their end game is? You think they're gonna go to hell and just get like good treatment?
I guess they just think that they're gonna go to hell and like be like buddies with Satan.
Yeah. That's like the biggest trap I've ever heard of.
It's like Satan's like, hey, he hands up like a trident. And he's like, you want to poke that guy?
Like there's no way. Satan's just like, hey, thanks for supporting me. Now you're gonna burn like everybody else because I hate all fucking creations by God. Worth it? No.
Nope.
Anyway, all right, let's get out of here. That's the end of the show. Thanks for tuning in. Tones, you got any post-show thoughts?
No, let's go get some food.
Yeah, let's eat. All right, Bomb Squad, have a happy Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you after Thanksgiving during Christmas season. Have a good one.